Hello, Internet. This is Kurtis.
And this is Leo. We are bringing you our top 10 fighting games.
Number 10, Dead or Alive.
Now, I don't really particularly like this game. However, I do respect it. Because in most fighting games, you could probably win just by mashing buttons. But in this game, you'd be damn wrong if you think you can win by mashing. It takes a certain amount of skill to play. I mean, the commitment you have to put into it is really... It's really there. It's really up there. And the combo system is really complicated and such.
Indeed. There was also a beach volleyball game, which we would have enjoyed playing more than this game, but it's not really a fighting game, so you'll see it in our top 10 beach volleyball games.
Which is on the way.
Number 9, Tekken.
One thing we like about Tekken is, we don't really like Tekken.
No.
But in the world of two-dimensional fighting games, they really help bridge the gap to the third dimension. I feel like after Tekken came out, everybody was trying to hop on board with 3D fighting games. And I feel like they're really the only fighting game to really master the third dimension. I mean, remember when Street Fighter went 3D?
Oh.
Let's probably not go back there.
No. Hurt my eyes. Number 8, Power Stone.
Now, if you were one of the privileged kids to own a Dreamcast...
I know I wasn't.
You probably had this game. This was a must-have. And Crazy Taxi. And Sonic Adventure 2.
Never played any of them.
Okay.
Sorry.
But that's fine.
Go ahead.
I really like the different playstyle of this fighting game. It was very heavy on collecting Power Stones, which you could use to go into like a Super Saiyan form. I think this game came out before Dragon Ball Z. No, it didn't.
Copyright.
Nope. But it was a very different style of fighting game. It was just a real brawler back in the ye old days. Speaking of brawl...
Number 7, Super Smash Bros. Melee.
It was a really tough call between Brawl and Melee. I mean, I love Final Smashes and all, but I feel like Melee took the original Smash Bros. Series and made it what it is today. Melee is like the only Smash Bros. Game you can play competitively. In Brawl, they have that tripping mechanic, which makes it really unbalanced. Also, Meta Knight is banned in tournaments.
The fuck? Number 6, BlazBlue.
It's actually pronounced Blaze Blue.
Blaze Blue.
Actually, maybe Blaze Blue.
BlazBlue.
Anyways, the term anime fighter is thrown a lot in the fighting game community, and if there's anything that defines that really, it's Blaze Blue. I mean, it has that really traditional style of anime fighting game where there's an A, B, C, D, E layout, and the E button is usually used for a special button. In this case,
like
air
me.
dashing. Okay.
Sorry.
Combos are really easy, and the game is over the top, like ridiculous. Like, look at this. I assume that footage is being played right now.
Well, hopefully.
And I like it. Segue.
Number 5, Soul Calibur 2.
If there's one game I played a lot as a kid, it was Soul Calibur 2. Now, let me tell you about Soul Calibur 2. I feel like Soul Calibur 2 is to Soul Calibur the fighting series as Street Fighter 2 is to the Street Fighter series. By that I mean it's the defining game of the series. It really pushed Soul Calibur games forward in the industry. Bonuses being you got to play as Link and Spawn, and I guess Heihachi, but that's not really anything cool.
Number 4, Mortal Kombat 3.
This was a tough decision. Well, not really, considering Mortal Kombat 5 to 7, 8 was crap.
Probably 9 too.
9 was actually good.
Oh.
But yeah, Mortal Kombat 3 was definitely my favorite of the Mortal Kombat series. I know the first one was really groundbreaking in the sense that it is the reason why we have rated games now, and it's the reason why Australia can't play a lot of video games. And Mortal Kombat 2 really amped up everything with the secrets and everything, like Reptile and Smoke. But Mortal Kombat 3 is the game that felt the most like a fighting game. I mean, by the very definition of a fighting game, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 had two people fighting, but Mortal Kombat 3 had brutalities, fatalities, animalities, babalities, friendship, and combos. Also, if you had Mortal Kombat 3, you had every character in the Mortal Kombat series.
Number 3, Skullgirls.
You've probably never heard of this game.
I know I haven't.
But I think it's the best fighting game that came out in 2012. The art design is amazing. All the sprites are hand-drawn, and they look really pretty. The fighting game engine is very unique. You can choose between 1, 2, or 3 characters to play it at a time. So you got that Marvel vs. Capcom feel, but you can also get the Street Fighter feel. Additionally, there are ridiculous amounts of references to other video games, and not just fighting games. There are also a couple regular games in there, like Sonic the Hedgehog. The only problem is they didn't play this at EVO.
Number 2, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
This is by far my favorite game on the top 10 list. However, it's not the best game. When Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out, we waited for the third installment for the series. And we waited. Then we continued to wait. And then finally, they released it. 2 times. Which is kind of lame, but game is still amazing. They simplified the control scheme so you can play as more characters. I know in the second game, if you didn't choose Magneto, Storm, Sentinel, Cable, you probably weren't gonna win. But in this game, you can still win with characters like Shinko and Ghost Rider.
And newest character, Kurtis.
Okay, sure. DLC, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Arcade Edition, featuring Kurtis.
I suck. And our number 1 fighting game is...
I think it's pretty obvious that there's been one game that's been missing from this entire list.
Indeed.
And it's pretty obvious which one we've chosen.
Yep.
This, of course, is Shaq Fu. We got him. We got him pretty good there.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
Everyone
We're just
probably
kidding.
laughed.
That's the worst game ever. Don't, seriously though. If you're still around, the real number 1 is Street Fighter 3.
Obviously.
I think this is the Street Fighter with the best fighting engine. Street Fighter 2 was fun and it kind of put Street Fighter on the map. Street Fighter 4 is also fun, but Street Fighter 3 had parrying. This makes a huge difference. Being able to parry your moves is not only stylish, but it takes real skill. Also, when you taunt, it does stuff. Like it makes you go faster, or stronger, or whatever. It's buffs. The only thing I don't like about it is they abandoned most of the original cast. I really wanted to play as Bison.
Yeah. Do you want to do the outro? Or should I do the outro?
Number 0.
Number 0.
Well, that's it. You know, what this puts me in the mood for is to try out new fighting games.
You know what? This puts me in the mood to try... Oh, shit. That wasn't the right...
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the list. You know what this puts me in the mood for?
What's that?
Playing new fighting games.
What's that? Oh, wait. I read that line twice.
See you next week.
Or tomorrow. Oops.